Can you marry someone who does drugs? Hi, Assalamu alaikum, bonjour, how are you? Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. This is my review of Salma episode 5, and my goodness, bad things are about to happen. Or are happening, depending on if you have already seen the episode. Anyways, first off, the last time we saw Salma, she was suffering. Like, she really needed a fix. She needed to get some drugs in her system, unfortunately, and it looks like this episode were happening with her going to get those drugs. So she gets in the car, and it seems like Rachid has her on partial lockdown because he's giving his driver instructions not to take her anywhere without his consent, and that is telling me two things, right? First thing is that this for him is more than just, oh, let this girl get well and go, right? It's also about, I need to help her stay off the drugs, right? Or she shouldn't do drugs on my property. I'm not sure which one it is, but it seems to me like he sort of cares, more than just about, and it's more than just about him hitting her with the car, because her drug problem technically is not his problem. And then the second thing this is telling me is, either I've lost my train of thought or there was no second thing. Anyways, moving on. This driver is definitely going to get into trouble because knowing how these things go, Salma most definitely probably did not call Rachid. The driver should just have called Rachid because this chick is lying. Anyways, sadly, very sadly, Salma goes to see Raki to get a fix. And I know that it's not going to go well for her. Like, this is going to come back to haunt her. Maybe not in this episode, but in the future, it is definitely going to haunt her. This is one of those moments where you're looking at this character do this stupid thing, and in your mind you're like, no. But she really needed that fix. And yes, again, we meet Tijan and his wife. I don't like this Tijan guy. Like, it really annoys me. He annoys the heck out of me. And I get what they're trying to do with this storyline. So yeah, they're two years into the marriage, and this woman is feeling pressure because they don't have a child yet. And it doesn't seem to me that her mother-in-law is bothered. This woman doesn't even have one grandchild, but she's not, she's the one telling this girl, chill, calm down. Like, I'm all for amazing mother-in-laws, because where I'm from, there are only amazing mother-in-laws. Mother-in-laws. But yeah, back to Mr. Tijan and his annoying behavior. He's refusing to see the urologist because ego. And someone else I really don't like to see is Rashid's aunt. She's still on his case, antagonizing him. And again, I'm wondering about her strategy. Do you really want this guy to marry your daughter and you're just pushing up against him like that? Obviously she wants so much more. And from the looks of things, she's not going to get it. Like, I don't even think she's a real threat, to be honest. If she's the antagonist of the story, then she's not antagonisting well. She's not antagonizing well. Let's talk about Smaya's husband. We've established already, or they have established already, that this guy, he's not faithful. He's not a faithful husband. And, like, they're even giving us more reason not to like this guy because, he knows Malay. For goodness sake, Malay is, like, the worst guy in this show, and he knows Malay. Like, they're cool, they're buddies or whatever. Like, they're business partners or something. And it just makes you wonder, what kind of shady deals or what kind of shady business does Sumaya's husband do? Because how did she even meet this guy? And then he's making these stupid jokes with Aster at the table. Salma gets high, unfortunately. She's having a good time. Happy for her, minus the drug use, but she's having a good time. And then the housekeeper sees her, and she calls her boss, and Rachid sees her in that state, and she's having fun and she's still in a good mood. But when she crashes, gosh, I can already imagine it. It's not gonna be funny. And poor Rachid. He just wants to help this girl, and she's all, But I really love that scene between them. I think Salma was great. I think Rachid was great. And it just got me thinking about the quality of the acting in the show generally. Now, generally speaking, I think the acting is good. There are some places where I thought, not so great, but yeah, generally speaking, I like Salma a lot. I like Rashid a lot. So, yeah. Rashid's reaction when he finds out what Salma is doing, it just got me thinking about, oh, he cares this much? Like, I didn't realize he was that invested. Wrapping this up, this episode made me think about just how much you can take before you give up on someone. And I know that Rashid and Salma just met, so it might be premature to start thinking about giving up on someone. But how much can you take really? Because I mean, definitely, I know they're going to get married because they cannot be doing all this setup for nothing. So my question for you is, can you marry someone who does drugs? Or is struggling with drugs or some other problem? It could be alcohol or like one of the million other things that someone could be struggling with. And I want you to answer honestly. And I'm asking this question because I know that I have come across like conversations where Muslims were discussing the same topic about whether they could marry someone who was struggling in that sense, like struggling with something that they never had to struggle with or something that they didn't understand. And both sides of the argument, they had very reasonable points to make. So it's just something I want you to think about. Like, if you were in Rashid's shoes, or if it was the other way around and Salma was the one who's trying to help Rashid get over his drug problem, just put yourself in their shoes either way and think about it. Would you really want to be with someone like that? If yes, why? Do you really think you can handle it? And if no, why? Let me know in the comments if you want to let me know. Please let me know in the comments. I'm really, really curious to know what your take is on that. And this is where I'm going to wrap it up. I liked this episode. I hope you did too. But the truth is, I would rather spend a lot of time with Rashid and Salma. I mean, this episode was over 40 minutes long. I know people like long web series, like longer episodes, but man, I think 40 minutes is a lot. And I mean, if I were cutting this, I would like cut everyone out except Salma and Rashid. Probably no, that would probably be extreme. Because maybe you get tired seeing just both of them all the time. Or maybe not. And before we go, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I love the fact that these videos are getting more views than I anticipated. Please share it with your friends and family. Go watch some of the series. Let me know what you think. Bye.